Hi everybody, it's Ellen again. I have another tutorial for you. This time it is the mini Dippy Dot, which will be made on one loom so that more people can enjoy this cute little design. So, I have to give credit where credit's due, and technically the middle portion of this, where the dots are, is a confetti bracelet. I just found that was the easiest way to get the design that I wanted without going crazy with the banding or completely redesigning it, really. So we actually have to make that part of the bracelet first, and then we'll incorporate it into the other parts as we make it. So I will also show you the dots. I need 18 of them to get around my wrist comfortably so it fits nicely. You may not need that many, and I'll show you how to gauge how long you need after we make this middle strip, and then as we extend it to make it longer, I will show you how to make it custom fit, I guess, for your wrist, so that you don't have to worry about making it too long or too short, because 2 loom lengths long is too long for a bracelet for this. So we'll get started. You can make as many of the dots as I do at first, and then you can, if it's too many, you can remove some. If it's too few, you can add some. So it's kind of be a good starting point. So we'll get started, and just need 1 loom set up like this, and we're just going to make the confetti bracelet first. I'm just using 1 band, and I'm going to go up 19 bands so that I can have 18 dots. I don't even know if this is how the confetti bracelet's made. I just know that once it comes off the loom, that's what it looks like. So I think that was my... Okay, yes, that was my 19. Sorry. Alright, so now what we'll do is, if you're making this for the first time and you don't know the length that you need, I would suggest using either 1 color or 2 colors. That way, if you don't do anything, like I guess the full-size Dippy Dot bracelet, like in this one I did, the rainbow color, but I knew that, each rainbow section has 6, and I knew I needed 18 so I could get them all in there. So just so once you get the size of your wrist, then you know exactly how many or how long you can make this before you, have to ruin your design by adding or taking away some of the bands. So for the look to be the same as this one, it is actually 4 bands wrapped around the pins. You don't necessarily have to use that many. I guess I did 4 at first because I wanted it to be full, and I liked how it looked, so I didn't change it. You could certainly do less, but it would change the look of the bracelet. And also when I'm putting them on the pins, I do 2 at a time so that they're kind of a little bit freer to move around rather than putting all 4 and then twisting it on, because otherwise there's more of a twist in the bracelet. And what I mean is, like here, these all were put on all 4 at the same time, and so you can kind of get a bigger twist in it, whereas with this bracelet it was 2 at a time, so the twist is hidden better when you wrap it around your pin. So that's why I do 2 at a time. Takes a little while if they're putting end caps on, but I know that I want my pattern to be 2 colors, so I'm just going to run my bands all the way up to here, skipping this last one. This will be an end cap. So I'm going to do pink all the way up this side, and then I'm going to do purple all the way up this side, so then it'll be alternating pink and purple. So but that's why, if you're looking at me like, why am I skipping stuff? But so make sure you put however many bands you want on there. I'm putting 4. If you do 4, you have to really kind of watch, because there's been a few times when once I wrapped those bands around the pin, I just kind of moved on and didn't put the second set on, because I wasn't paying attention, I guess. So, but it's not too tight for your hook either, even with the 4 bands on there. So don't let that deter you. I have a pretty good stressed line on my last hook from Rainbow Loom, so, and I've been using it for this bracelet, so I haven't broken it yet. Alright, so that's one side. And if you have a pattern, you can put them on any way you want, just nothing on the first pin and nothing on the last one. So, alright, so I have all of them on. Like I said, I need to have 18 for my wrist. And then we just need an end cap here. Any band you want. I actually do cut it out. You can leave it in too, but I cut mine out. So if you have an ugly band you want to get rid of, now would be the time to do it. So we're just going to loom this up. So turn it around, go in through your end cap, pull up the band, and loom this up. Like that. So you have the entire thing loomed up. Now we can actually just take it off of our loom. I usually try and kind of pull the dots up and not just pull on the bands. That would be less risk of ripping them. Alright, so give it a good stretch out. You'll see that your bands are in the center. And some of the bands they're kind of goofy looking. Like, let's see. If this happens to you, like right here, it looks like I messed up the looming, but it's actually just that my band got on the other side from where it should be. So if I just pull out this and put it back on the side it belongs on, it'll fix that. There's the other one. So like that. This is what it looks like. I'm actually going to take a clip and clip the end of this here. And now you can check to see how many of these you actually need, or if you need more, by just giving it a good stretch out and taking it and bringing it around your wrist. Just kind of loosely there. This is just about perfect. It's a little overlapped, which will make up for the stuff that goes around the outside of this. If you have a lot extra, you're going to want to remove them, and that's fine. I'll show you how to, when we extend it, I'll show you how to fix that, or to make the same bracelet but your length. If you need to add more, then you'll just lay some more on the band, attach this, lay some more on the loom, lay more bands on the loom, and then attach this and make it a little longer. So 18 fits for me. If you need to remove some, just go ahead and do that. It's not, you'll still be able to follow along and close the bracelet at the end. I'll show you how we do that. So we're actually going to set this aside for now, and we're going to take our loom again, and we need to lay perimeter bands, which on this one it's red. It's kind of hard to see, I guess, but it's the red ones. And we're just going to lay them all the way up both sides of the loom. So just start here and go all the way up. And then the other side. Like so. And now we're just going to lay kind of like the filler pattern, which is orange in this one, right in there, in the center here. And I should not use that color. So just start down here at the bottom, put the band like that, one on the other side, and then just make little, I guess it turns out to be X's up the loom. Doesn't matter how you lay these on here, just so it has this kind of diamond pattern all the way up, because we do put the other bracelet along the middle, and that kind of acts as end cap, which will loom out of. So just put the bands on, kind of a X pattern up the loom, or diamond pattern, however you look at it. Just keep going all the way to the end. And last one up here, like that. Push down your middle bands, and then the easiest way to actually do this is we're going to turn our loom around and we're going to attach our middle part here. And to do that, I usually cut off the end cap that we put on, I don't need it. You can certainly leave it on and just, instead of attaching this right here to this pin, just attach the end cap to it. So what we do is you attach the open spot there, then you have a little dot which will go in between the pins, and then your next open spot will go around the pin. Sorry. So then our dot in the middle, and then over the pin. Dot in the middle, over the pin. And you're just going to do that all the way up. And like I said, don't worry about the crazy bands, you can fix those later. You're just going to do this all the way up the loom, as far as you can. Like that. So I still have, looks like 6 left for my extension part. Maybe you're lucky and you don't even need to extend it and you've already hit that point. But that's how it should look right now. So now we're going to do some looming. Pretty easy. We're just going to go, these little, like my white bands, how we laid them over the pin, they basically created end caps. So we're just going to go in through those bands and loom out these side bands like this. And you're just going to go in through every one of them. Make sure you don't stick your hook through your little dot. Don't put it through your dot. It's okay if they kind of get pinched in the side when you're looming these. Like if I pinch this part of the dot underneath this band, it's okay, we can pull it out later. Just don't go through your dot when you're doing the looming here. Like here's what I mean with the pinching. That's what I mean. That's okay because I didn't go through it. We can just pull that out later. So you'll just go all the way to the end. Just do this last one. Like so. So now we'll go back to the beginning and we'll go up the sides. Just go in and grab that bottom band all the way up. Like that. And come back and do the other side. Alright, just like that. So we have the first part of it done, and we need to, you're going to need to put hooks or C-clips through these points here. I actually am going to use a bobby pin, actually 4 bobby pins. I'm just looping that center. Definitely would recommend, if you wanted to try this, to use 2 at a time, because it helps you pull the center out so you can actually see what you're doing in there. Works pretty slick. Just make sure you get all the bands with them. And don't clip them together. Alright, like that. So secure these, and then we can take this off the loom. There's the first part of the bracelet. Looks pretty good. Got a couple goofy bands I gotta fix, but we'll do that later. And now, because you may have different number of dots for you, what we do to start this is, I'm actually going to turn my loom this way again, so I have the red arrow towards me, and we're going to start on this end up here, and we're going to put this on as kind of a placeholder for a minute. So as I have here, I have my dot trapped, and then I have the space. The space is going to go on this middle pin. Then you'll put on the rest of your dots down as far as you need to go, and then your last spot, you're actually going to stretch that clip over the last pin. So you may only be to here as far as needing to extend it, but that's just kind of how we're going to do a placeholder for it. So now what we're going to do is just we'll put on our side bands, and we'll start here. So here's the end. We have our clip here. So you could be up here farther, but I just have to go back this far. So we'll start by laying our side bands like this. Now the middle is just a placeholder right now, so we're going to take that back off in a second. But this just gives us an idea of how long we actually have to make the bracelet. So we have our side on the left on there. Now we'll just put the right on. Like that. Then we'll come back to the beginning, and then what we're going to do is just remove this first part here, get it out of the way, and we're going to put our middle color on now. And actually I need to move that first band, and because these need to go under. So we put our middle color on. The same thing on this side. So that is the, sorry, my lamp started squeaking. So this is the length of my bracelet. You might have just comes down a few and then comes over. So it really is customizable to be however long you need it to be. So just, this is what mine looks like, but yours might be shorter, it might be longer, just depending on how many more of these dots you have. So now what we're going to do is just we're going to take this back off so that we can fill up the middle rows, and do just like before with the kind of diamond X pattern, or however you look at it, I guess. And we'll do it almost all the way to the end. The last bands we won't need to put on because they're already on the other half of the bracelet. few more here. And we'll just stop there. So we don't need this last two because they're on the other part. So just push these down so we can get the bracelet back on there. And just take your bracelet like before and get those centers over the pins and the dots in between. And then the last one, the end cap will go over, or the clip will go over. And if somebody's really good, they'll notice I changed that to a C-clip. I actually finished this bracelet, and then I went to stop the video, and I looked up and my camera had froze at some point, so I'm redoing it. Alright, so now what we're going to do is get the ends on these two pins over here. And this is why I chose two bobby pins, because I can just stretch this open by pulling on each one, and it's on. That's pretty slick. And we'll do the same thing over here, like that. I'll just take these off. Like that. And that's how it looks. We don't actually have to move any bands around, which is always a bonus. So now what we'll do is just, you turn this around if you need to, which, well, you will. We'll go in here, we'll loom out all of the center color, which in my case is the green. So just loom those out like we did on the first half. And then we'll leave this last part here when we loom up the sides to bring it up to the center. So I'm going to go back here to the end or beginning, middle, and we'll just loom up the sides. Like that. And come and do the other side. You're in the home stretch. Alright. So now we're done with the looming. For this end part, make sure that you hang on to your clip when you pull these off. I had a little fiasco when I was making the big one that I almost lost the whole bracelet, which would have been bad. So just kind of hang on to all of that and pull it off the loom. Now what we can do is just use this clip that we have there and put our bands in that are loose. There should be, well, 4 pieces of band that go through the C-clip. So then you can take your hook out, and there we have it. The mini Dippy Dot. And then if you had any bands that you kind of loomed into it, just kind of look for those so you can pull them out. Like right here, I got one little purple band trapped, so I'll just pull that out. Just kind of look for that, and then if you have any, like this band is sticking way out, just go through the whole loop there, and then I usually just twirl it around. It seems to go back to the way it should be. This one's on the end, so it's kind of in a tight spot anyways, but just twirl them around until they get nice and round, you get the right sides. But that is my tutorial for the mini Dippy Dot. I hope you liked it. Always trying to make bracelets that'll work on different looms of different sizes. So, to give it a try, and I definitely appreciate you guys watching my videos. It's very, very awesome to see people wearing my bracelets and things like that. So, keep watching, keep wearing, and keep letting me know how I'm doing. Thank you, and I'll have more tutorials soon. Bye.